Alright, just want to make sure that this is working. I know sometimes in these streams I have like a moment or two in the beginning where I just don't speak and I also don't do anything. It's because I want to check if this is actually recording. Is my audio... Oh my... Well, you probably heard that. I didn't expect that to be so loud. I was just trying to see if my audio was fine, but my audio does seem to be fine. I didn't realize my phone volume was so big. Okay, well, I'm going to be trying to stream longer for this one, because I actually want this to be full playthrough. I'm not positive if I'll be able to stream like constantly. I'm a little tired. I expended a lot of energy. I don't really have like a place to exercise, so I normally just like shadow box, and it takes a lot out of me. But I kind of do it because, again, I want to get exercise, and I don't have like a gym membership or anything like that, so I also don't have like any exercise equipment, so I have to improvise. But yeah, this is going to be a magic character because magic is currently my favorite Demon Souls playstyle. One, because of the straight up variety. There's a lot of spells in this game that all do different things. You can have so many different like styles of fighting with magic. There's a lot of cool magic weapons you can get. There's just so much cool stuff you could get with magic. So that's why I'm doing a magic character. Plus it's... Sorry. I have a laptop that's closed right now. It's my boyfriend's, but for some reason, even though it's closed, it still acts like it's open. I genuinely don't understand why. Anywho, I just really like the magic playstyle, especially because the range and the it's just a lot of utility. So I shall be doing a magic character. Also, I've never seen what happens if you beat this guy in the beginning. Which looks like maybe we won't be seeing because I immediately got stuck. Oh my god, he just keeps swinging. Pretty much, if you don't know, you're kind of supposed to die in the beginning. That fight is majorly stacked against you, especially because of how small the room is. But this is kind of the introduction to how the game works.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not quit the Nexus, but the 5 Archstones will guide thee to the outer lands.
You've died and the Nexus has imprisoned your soul. You cannot escape the Nexus. However, by capturing demon souls, you can reclaim your corporeal body. So yeah, that's pretty much the main mechanic of this game. When you die, if you look at my health at the top left, it halves your health entirely. And the only way to get your health back to normal is to get an item called the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, or you have to kill demons. So the demons that you have to kill to get your health back are the bosses of this game. And they are obviously kind of hard because they're bosses, of course. I am lost. Yeah, this place is actually really confusing. If you, that was a player that left that message, but this place is really confusing if you don't know the layout. It took me a long time to figure out where everything was in this Nexus, because this place is freaking massive. And there's a lot of different people that do a lot of different things here. Like, this guy's important. He's your storage, basically. Because your item... I mean, wow. Because this game, your items actually take up weight, so you have to make sure that you don't have too much weight. So if you're not using items, I recommend using this guy and putting them in storage. This is the blacksmith. He can repair your equipment or upgrade your weapons. This guy is just a wine bag. Sorry. But every Souls game has a character like him where he's basically just like, oh, life is terrible, life sucks, oh, this place sucks. It's like, yeah, we get it, dude, but you gotta live. Beware of thieves ahead. I'm not entirely certain what that means, but I think it's just because this statue requires a decent amount of souls to use, and it unlocks some other aspects in-game that can be interesting. Alright, so... this is a magic character, so I will be trying to get a lot of spells. Also magic weapons. I'm not entirely certain where I'm going to go first, because I've already done a playthrough as a magic character, so I kind of know what I'm doing. Just keep in mind I've only beaten this game once, so I might make mistakes. In fact, I am probably going to make mistakes, because I am in no way perfect. Also, forgive me if I ever get frustrated. This game can get very frustrating. Because just the nature of this game is meant to just kick your ass over and over and over and just make your life a living hell. So, forgive me if I get frustrated, but the longer you play this game, the longer you want to tear your hair out. Because this game can be extremely frustrating. Now, luckily, with magic, I'm going to have a more decent option to keep out of range and not, like, hopefully, you know, kill myself over and over again. So hopefully that's not going to be a problem. But, yeah, this game can get extremely, extremely frustrating. Because especially, even just with this first mechanic, with dying and having half your health, you're already getting punished for dying. Which, if you're having trouble with an area and you just keep dying, you're just going to have less health, and it's going to suck. Not to mention, if you keep dying in human form, where you actually have your full health, the world gets more and more difficult, because there's a thing in this game called tendency, which is this. Now, when I first played this game, I literally had no idea what this was, because I had no context as to what this was. I didn't watch anyone's playthrough, so, like, I did not know what tendency was, and I was kind of confused. So, a little bit into me playing the game, I noticed some of them changing. So I looked it up, because, like, obviously I didn't really have anything to go on. I was just like, I don't really know what's going on. Tendency is kind of weird to explain, because it does different things for different worlds. But to put it... also, your character has a tendency as well. But to put it into simple terms, tendency affects your entire world, and it's usually dependent on decisions you do. It's kind of associated with morality, in a way, because there's light tendency and dark tendency. If you have light tendency, enemies get easier to kill, they have less HP, they do less damage, but they also drop less resources. So they drop less souls, they have less of a chance to drop items. And then if you have a Dark World tendency, the enemies do more damage, they have more HP, there are more enemies in general, and the upside is that they give you more souls and have a better opportunity to drop their items that they're supposed to drop. So Dark World tendency and Light World tendency both have ups and downs. But the problem is when you keep dying in a world when you're human, like when you have your corporeal body, it keeps pushing it to Dark World tendency. Because when you die as a human, your Dark World tendency increases. So if you're having problems in an area when you just keep dying, you will increasingly get towards Dark World tendency, which makes the area harder. So by you having trouble with the area and dying, it will actively increase that area's difficulty, making it even more difficult to live. I think you see what I'm getting at as to why that might be a problem. You can just get stuck in a loop where everything is just hard, it just keeps getting harder, and you have no idea what to do. This game pretty much forces you to adapt and get better, because if you don't, you will basically be stuck. Now, I do recommend certain paths for people, because if you didn't know, this game is kind of open. Once you beat the first boss, which is in here, you can go to any of these worlds. There are 5 worlds in total. This is the first world, in the Arkstone of the Covetous King. The second world is Arkstone of the Digger King. The third world is Arkstone of the Tower Queen. The fourth world is Arkstone of the Shadow Men. And then the fifth world is Arkstone of the Chieftain. Now the fifth world is my personal least favorite world, because this world is absolutely terrible sometimes. It's a very difficult world, and I'll explain why if I ever go there. Because with this playthrough, I don't have to go there for a really long time, luckily, so I'm just going to keep that for the end, because that place sucks. Now the cool thing is that once you beat the first boss, you can go to any of these worlds and try to do whatever you want. Each world besides this one, so this is the exception. The Arkstone of the Covetous King does not follow this rule. But every other world, these ones, have 3 bosses in total. 2 normal demons, and then 1 archdemon at the end. And you need to kill all the archdemons to progress the game, because you need all the archdemons to actually do something. Now, the reason the Covetous King one is different is because this area has 4 bosses instead of 3. But that's really the only difference, because the 3 bosses in the beginning are still normal demons, and then the last one is an archdemon. So basically, you just have to make sure to go through all these worlds to progress the game, and make sure you get the archdemons. Now, the question is where do you start? Right now, you can only start at the Covetous King in the beginning until you beat the first boss. But once you beat the first boss in this world, you have access to literally every single world. Now, to me, that was kind of overwhelming because I didn't know, like, what was in each world. Like, I assumed you wanted to stay in the first world in my first playthrough, because I thought the first world would be the easiest, considering it's the first. And I thought you kind of had to play in order. That's wrong. So, the reason that's wrong is because these worlds are not really sorted by difficulty. So, the number of what they are is not really equivalent to their difficulty. In fact, some worlds could be more difficult for you than others just because of your character build. They're very different from each other. Now, these worlds all have different aspects, basically. So I'll explain this real quick, and then we can start. I just want to inform people who have never played this game before, because this can get really confusing. And this will help you figure out where you want to try to go first, because all these worlds give you different things. So the Covetous King world is primarily giving you healing items. So if you need healing items, it's a good idea to try to progress here, because enemies will drop grasses, which if you notice in my inventory in the bottom left, the grass is your healing items. That's how you heal in this game. So if you need healing items, go to this place, because enemies will drop it. Now this Arkstone, Arkstone of the Digger King, This world is good for upgrade materials if you want, like, upgrade materials for your weapons. And it also has a blacksmith here that can give you more advanced weapons if you give him a demon soul that is actually from this world. So basically, this world is all about upgrading your weapons and trying to get materials. This world is about magic. You get your magic school teacher here. And it also is a world that drops, if you look in the bottom left, the spice. And what spice does is it refills your MP, which is that blue bar in the top left. And that's basically your magic. You need that to cast spells. So if you're a magic caster, it's good to go to this world to try to get your teacher so you can learn new spells, and also to get spice so you can actually keep using your spells without running out. This world is one of the ones I recommend doing in the beginning, because the Archstone of the Shadowmen give you increased souls. Now, the enemies themselves do not drop items that give you souls, but the enemies here give more souls than usual compared to the other worlds. So if you need souls to level up or upgrade your weapons or literally anything, I recommend trying the Archstone of the Shadowmen. And then this one, Archstone of the Chieftain, is normally pretty much for status curing items, and this is one of the ones I recommend staying away from as long as possible. Because not only is this world difficult, it does not give you a lot of beneficial things. Now, if you're a miracle caster, it's pretty much beneficial to go here because you get a really cool weapon. You also get Faint Stone, which is how you make blessed weapons, which is what you want to do. But the problem is I really do not recommend trying to do this right off the bat because this area is really difficult. It's my least favorite area. It's probably the one I have the most trouble with in general. So I would say to try to do this via endgame. It's nice to try to get the miracle stuff, but if you're doing a miracle character, I kind of recommend leveling up before you attempt that, because otherwise it's just going to be extremely frustrating. Alright, so let's go to the Gates of Boletaria and get this started. So as you saw from there are indeed dragons here. Also, I am playing online. That's why you see a bunch of people. Also, these Archstones are how you get back to the Nexus and also travel between areas, but we'll unlock that in the future. We don't have that ability right now because all the area we can go to is here. So we can only go to Boletaria right now, which is the first world. It's good anyway because being here allows you to get healing items, which is good because obviously you need healing items. You are probably going to get hit in this game. And so yeah, if you couldn't tell from the beginning, I kind of want to make this like an educational type of thing too. Just, again, to help people who are struggling with this game, because I struggled when I first played this game, because it was very confusing, I didn't know what to do, all the worlds just seemed too daunting, but hopefully with this, it'll seem more doable. This is a hard game, though. Just remember, if you're having a hard time with this game, do not blame yourself. This game is difficult, and it is made to be difficult. So, there you go. So don't worry about it if you're having a problem with this game. Don't be like, oh, I'm just a bad player or anything, because this game is hard. It is 100% difficult, so be very mindful of that. And don't beat yourself up too much. Now, I'm not using my spells quite yet, because I kind of want to save... Oh my. That almost hit me. I kind of want to save my mana for now. Although maybe I should use some. It's just I don't want to waste my spice right off the bat. It's not really a waste because I'd actually be using it, like, to replenish, so it's not really a waste, but I just want to make sure I have spice when I need it. Plus, these guys aren't too difficult. Like, as you can see, they're very basic and kind of dumb. But it's because this is the first area, obviously. It wants you to get used to the game before you get your ass kicked. Even though this area can still kick your ass, don't get me wrong. It's like it's a false sense of security. But this is basically the introductory area. Making sure you know the mechanics, getting healing items, that kind of thing. But everything past this point is going to get a lot harder. As we'll see in the future. So that was a spell I just used. As you saw, it took some MP. Not that much. Oh god. But spells are very handy in this game because it gives you range. There's not too many things in this game that have range. Obviously, spells have range, but you can also have bows and crossbows and stuff like that. It's just, spells in this game are awesome. Like, the visual effects that they do are amazing, and it's why I like spells in this game. They also sound really cool to cast. I just really like spells in this game. Oh gosh, they're very cool, and they're very diverse. See, you don't want to do what I just did. I'm kind of stupid right now. Don't just walk into a place willy-nilly and not look around, because this game loves to put those people in, like, those positions. As in, like, this game loves to put traps around corners and stuff, so make sure to go slowly. If this is your first time playing the game, make sure to be vigilant. And don't get too cocky, because that's when bad things happen. Alright, oh gosh. Hello, sirs. Ooh. I tried to lock onto him, but my camera went the opposite direction, because I guess I didn't know where he was, really. This area is kind of a jerk if you're a melee character, because they put people on higher ledges that throw fire bombs down at you. And then you have to go up and around to actually kill them, because you can't kill them from where they are. But if you do have spells, you can just obviously shoot a spell at them. And that's good. But otherwise you're going to have to try to deal with them until you're able to actually get up to where the people are throwing the fire bombs. And try to save firebombs, because firebombs will come in handy later. As you can see, I'm trying to take a safe route and just backstab these people. Backstabbing does a lot of damage, and obviously the enemies can't really guard against it. So backstabbing is a nice option for these guys, because it's kind of easy to backstab them. You just have to be careful. Because again, if you try to backstab with multiple people around, those other people could possibly hit you when you come at the animation. Yeah, but see that? There's a dude behind me up on this ledge. Now, if you're a melee character, you can't really do anything about that, because obviously you can't hit him. But if you are a spellcaster, you can get hit, but you could also get hit back. Get hit back? That doesn't make sense. But you can hit back. I tried to dodge that, but I did not press it in time. That's why I got hit. Now, I really like this game, but it is quite difficult, so it's like a love-hate relationship. Because, like, this game is really fun to play, but it's also really hard. So it's like I like this game, but sometimes it makes me very mad. And if I do get mad on stream, I will take a break, because I don't want to, like, get really frustrated. But, I don't think I will. The only time it was happening was in my Faith build, just because I was having some really, really bad stuff happen. But I feel more confident as a mage. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because confidence in these games can get you absolutely destroyed, but let's hope it doesn't come to that. Oh yeah, and be careful up the staircase. These messages, yeah. So this message is talking about a trap. The staircase will roll a big-ass boulder down. You just have to get out of the way. And now the boulder will open up an item, which is nice, which is the Bastard Sword. Which, if you're doing a strength build, the Bastard Sword is really good in the beginning, because the Bastard Sword is just a very big sword, and it scales pretty decently with strength. So if you're doing a strength build, Bastard Sword's a good option. You can also infuse the Bastard Sword with different elements if you're doing that kind of build. Because you can make it a blessed weapon. I think you can make it other things, but the only thing I know about is a blessed weapon since I was doing a Faith playthrough recently. Woo. And also, if you do have any questions that I'm not actually covering in this playthrough or anything, feel free to ask them in the comments, or if you do join the live stream, feel free to ask them in the actual live stream, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. But if I'm not clear about something, because I don't know if I'm explaining everything well, definitely ask in the comments, and I will explain. Now, I really don't recommend going this path in the beginning, because this is meant as more of an endgame thing. Those Red-Eye Knights, like that dude in the distance, are very, very, very strong, and fighting them in the beginning is not a good idea. Plus, that door is locked behind them anyway, so it's not like you're going to find anything, because it's locked, so you can't really do much even if you do make it past him. But as you can see, spells offer a very good way to deal with people at a range. Now, I'm going to go that way because it's the way I have to go, but I recommend going to this tower first, because it creates a bit of a shortcut. Yes, so even this message points it out. This way opens up a shortcut. So if you die, you can use this section to get back here faster. So you don't have to go through the entire map again, which is, you know, very nice. Oh yeah, but there are barrels down here that explode when exposed to fire, as these guys will currently demonstrate. I don't know why they do that, because they kill themselves, but it kind of just demonstrates that if you're near those barrels when they catch on fire, you will take damage. So if I'm near a barrel like that, I will try not to use a fire spell near it, because that might be a bad idea. Oh yeah, and this area is interesting. If you notice these chains, they don't really seem to be doing anything. But if you cut them down, they drop bodies with items down there. So you can get some extra items. Now the cool thing is if you actually hit a barrel like that with a fire spell, they explode and they hurt people. Now you gotta be careful, because these guys do a bit more damage than the other ones because of their fire enchanted weapons. And it will make you stagger a bit if you get hit by one. Because if you catch on fire, your character will flail a bit. Alright, and here's the shortcut. So now that this is open, you can much more easily go around this map. Also, Cling Ring, I very much recommend in the beginning. So what the Cling Ring does is it gives you more HP when you're in soul form. So you know how I had half of my HP? Well, now look. Now I have about 75% of my HP. So the Cling Ring I very much recommend when you're in soul form. Definitely remember that ring because, oh yeah, and as you can see, this is the beginning. So if I were to die and respawn there, now instead of going throughout the entire castle, I can just go in this tower, go back up, and have way less of a walk. But yeah, the Cling Ring, I recommend keeping it in mind any single time that you are in danger, or just in soul form. I recommend putting it on so you have less of a penalty. Because this game's already hard enough, you might as well make your life easier. Now there is a ring I'm going to want, but it is in the third world. I will probably be going in between the third and fourth world, I'm pretty sure. Because those are both going to be worlds I'm going to be interested in the beginning. The third world I'm interested in the beginning simply because I'm a magic character. The third world has a lot of cool magic options, and again, my magic teacher is there. So I need to make that a priority to get him free so I can learn more spells in the future. Now the issue is the third world can be pretty difficult if you're not prepared. So if you are a mage and you do want some magic stuff early, be very careful. I will recommend that. Just be very cautious because the third world is not a walk in the park. It's pretty scary. But it is something I recommend if you're a mage because even though it is a bit scary, it does have some good magic stuff in it. So I do recommend trying to do it at least. And if you can't do it right away, don't worry about it. Try the fourth world. Even if you can't get that far in the fourth world, just try to do the first part of the fourth world over and over again. Because they do drop a decent amount of souls. And if you do want to do the third world to get more magic, the fourth world's a good idea just to get more souls to level up faster, so you have less of a problem. And see, this is the stuff I wish I knew when I played this game, because I didn't know that all the worlds gave you different stuff. Like, I didn't know the first world gave you more healing items. I didn't know the fourth world was good for leveling up. I just didn't know anything. So that's why I try to make these informative, so if you're actually having problems, I can at least help a little. Because again, this game is hard. I'm not going to guarantee I solve all your problems, but I'll try to solve some. Now this guy's a merchant.
Good day to you. Care to look over my wares? Mostly stolen, but who's telling you?
He sells some various basic things for souls. You can buy these if you're low on anything, or if you're interested in any of the weapons or armor. But I do kind of recommend holding on to your souls for now, since you'll be able to level up soon. But if you're not confident you'll be able to keep these souls without dying, you can buy grass. You don't really have to buy grass right now because these enemies do drop grass. So
I'm not going anywhere.
I don't really recommend buying grass unless you absolutely need it, because these enemies are a pretty good source of it regardless. If you want more fire bombs, I do recommend that because, again, as I said, fire bombs will get important down the line, in this world specifically. Now this area is kind of crappy because it drops a bunch of people down on you. But luckily with spells that makes it a lot easier. But if you are a melee character, be very cautious, because if you're approaching this area, you obviously don't know about the dudes hiding up there and they'll drop down. Maybe try to retreat and take them out one at a time if possible. It'd probably help if you had something like a spear to be able to try to keep people off of you without getting too close. Or again, if you have like the Bastard Sword, you're going to have a little bit more range because the Bastard Sword's pretty big. Now this area is kind of crappy because the archers. Obviously, because they're archers, they'll try to stay away from you, and they're usually in high places, and they will shoot down to you. I recommend trying to go up and take out the archers as soon as possible, but again, if you're a melee character in this area, I recommend retreating first to get all those dudes off of you, and try to take them out in a controlled environment instead of getting shot at constantly. Now, I don't like dudes with shields because of this reason. They just constantly have their guard up, so if you try to attack them, it's not going to do a lot of damage, and they can also parry you sometimes. So you do want to be careful with shield people. If possible, I try to get behind them, so you can do this. There we go. Anytime a dude has a shield, it's kind of important to try to get behind them. If you can't get behind them because of like the terrain or anything, I understand, because I've had that problem, where like an enemy will have a shield, but I can't get behind him because there's too narrow passageways, and when that happens, it's a little harder to try to kill them because you kind of have to deal with the shield at that point. I didn't need to backstab him, but I wanted to because these archers are mean. I'm trying to remember, because I'm not remembering this first area very well. Where to go? Well, I mean, I know where to go, but there's a place I want to go first before any other place. I think they're both up here, like both of the options. Or maybe only one is. I have to remember. It's been a while since I played the very beginning of the game. Well, I guess not a while. It's just I don't remember the beginning of the game that much. Oh, right. Okay, so this can be a helpful thing to know. So, do you see all those enemies and how it looks like that would be a really hard time to take them all out? Well, there's a bit of a trick. You see these? If you hit this, well, if I can hit the... Oh gosh, I just don't want to be in front of it because of what's going to happen. Yeah, if you hit that, these balls will roll out. Roll out is what I was trying to say. And it will kill all of them. So, I recommend that, because otherwise dealing with all those guys at the same time is kind of a nightmare, especially in that, tiny of a space. Just make sure you're not in front of it, or the balls will roll over you and do a lot of damage. Now, these bloodstains are other players dying, basically. So if you touch these, for example, I'll show it right now. This is another player. You can see where they died. So if you see an area with a lot of bloodstains, it usually means there's shenanigans happening. So if you go into an area you don't know what it is, and then you see a lot of bloodstains, it usually means bad. Alright, so with this area, there's these guys. Now these enemies are a bit more tricky. I'm more prone to use spells on them, even though I'm not right now. Because they have spears and shields, which is a problematic I almost said conversation, wow. It's a problematic combination because they have range and also the ability to protect themselves, which can get really annoying. Again, just try to dodge and get behind them if possible. That's usually a good strategy with shield people. It's just the spears pose an extra problem. Now, this way is important, and I'll explain why later, but I'm going to show you why it's important by going out on this bridge. So you see how there's a lot of dudes? I'm going to try to trigger it and not die. Dragon happens. And he's supposed to burn the bridge. I don't know why he didn't. I guess maybe I went away too soon? I want to do that, though, because these guys on the bridge are a problem, and I don't want a bunch of them trying to kill me at once. Now, obviously, the issue is you can't go across this bridge right now because that dragon will destroy you. Because, you know, it's a dragon. So, I just don't know what he's doing. Dragon? Are you on vacation? There he is. Ow. There he goes. I'm not in a safe area, I don't think, actually. Oh! Yeah, you have to go all the way down. Now, if you're wondering how the hell to get across that bridge, because there's a big-ass dragon there, here's what you do. So, to distract the dragon, you go down here, which is their roost. And because you're going near your home, what the hell am I saying? Because you're going near their home, the dragon will fly back over here. Now be very careful trying to get these items, because the dragon will try to kill you. And it does a lot of damage, obviously, because it's a very big dragon, and it can breathe fire. These items are okay to get because they can't actually reach you down here, but all the other items are a risk. So now you see how the dragon's back here and is trying to kill me currently? You're safe down there, though. So now that the dragon's down here, you can run across the bridge without him being able to get you right away. You just have to make sure to run, because you have to make it across before he gets back. But yeah, you just go down to the roost, have him roost, and then just run across the bridge as fast as you can. Like so. There's still dudes alive, because they were just out of the dragon's range. Okay, this is another shortcut. But this, what I just activated, is not a shortcut. This is how you progress. That is the first boss in there. And after you kill him, you have all the worlds available to you. Now be careful, because again, this is a telltale sign. You see that bloodstain? There was people right behind that corner. So if you ever see a bloodstain, just make sure you realize that there's probably going to be some sort of trap. Because again, this game likes design like that. It likes to make you die. So if there's any corners, be very careful about just sprinting around them, because there could be dudes right there. Like again, here's another guy. I did that because I'm just tired of dealing with the shield guys. They can just screw off, man. Oh gosh, there's another one. It's dark in here, I didn't see. I also have like a glare going on my TV because it's light outside, so it's kind of hard to also see in the dark from that. Now if you position yourself correctly, you can get these guys to jump off. Like when they do that... When they do that jumping attack at you, you can get them to actually just fall down and take a lot of damage. But I was dumb, and I did not dodge correctly. Oops. Oh my goodness. See, remember how I said no matter like how good you are, you're probably going to take damage? There you go. Because people make mistakes. That's how it works. And there he goes. I thought I was out of his range, but I clearly was not. Now here's a new enemy. It is a blob with a throwing spear and a shield. Now the thing is, the blobs take like no damage, if you try to attack them from the front. But if you hit them in the back, they take a lot more damage, just because that shield is protecting them. This is a bit of a sticky situation. There we go. Okay. So yeah, just make sure you be careful of those slimes, because they can actually throw those things at quite the distance. So do not underestimate their range, because they can hit you from quite the distance. And again, just try to get behind them. That's kind of the main goal. Because they don't take like any damage if you try to hit them near the shield, but if you hit back here, they take a lot more. And this is another shortcut. And again, this goes right back to the beginning. And here's the boss fight. So yeah, now you have two shortcuts, both going to different locations, and that's good. There is another area I want to go to, but I kind of forget where it is. Oh yeah, don't worry about missing the beginning. I don't expect you to like constantly be on the streams or anything. But basically, to summarize, I'm doing a magic character because magic is how I have the most fun in this game. And I'm trying to make this a bit more informative, just for people who haven't played the game before and maybe need some help. I'm not calling myself an expert or anything, but I at least know some tricks, but I'm not like a master at the game. I've only beaten it once, but I want to help people who've had trouble in the beginning like I did. Oh yeah, and make sure to check these kind of things, because if you noticed, this path was blocked by just random stuff. If you break this stuff, you can usually find other paths. And it usually has some items. There is one area that I haven't found yet, and I kind of forget how to get there. I don't remember. Alright, I think it is this way, somewhere. Is it this way? Ah, it's a dead end. Oh gosh. I might actually have to get there from another location. Oh yeah, but this game looks awesome. The graphics are great. I'm very happy that the PS5 can actually do stuff like this, because it's honestly, it's super impressive, especially for a console to be able to do this. Well, he's got the Xanathos crown, or whatever it's called in this game. It's a very interesting hat. I do not remember where this area is. I think it might be further back. But if I do have to go further back, I have to go to a different shortcut. And yes, it really does look like a movie. It was almost like uncanny when I first played this on the PS5, because I'm just like, wow, this looks so much different than other stuff I've played. Because, like, just the environments, like, just from here, like, seeing the castle, and, like, how there's, like, that stuff firing up there. You can see, like, the birds. This castle looks, like, freaking huge. You can see, like, the canyon. The environments in this game just look so good. I'm going to do this, it's going to respawn all the enemies, but at the same time it's going to give me my health and mana back. because that's how these games work. Come on, little dude. Oh no, the other one. But again, luckily these guys are not too difficult, and they do drop healing items, so that's nice. Oh, I actually got a shield. That's random. I think that's not a very common drop. Oh, actually, I have no idea. Ah! Get out of here. A good rule of thumb with these guys is to just kind of keep your distance and let them kind of go at it, because they will very much go crazy, and if you stay back, it gives you a chance to come in when they're not going insane. Oh goodness, I did not see that man. Wow, he hit me a lot. Wow. I'm trying to think if I actually want to go to the area. Well, there's an important, not really important, but there is an NPC there that can give you a cool thing if you help him out. I guess I shall. I don't remember the man's name, but I just remember that he does... Whoa, goodness. Help you out. That guy blew himself up. I'm trying to think of where to go from here. Oh, but yeah, the effects of the fire spell look very cool. Oh my goodness. There's always just a little more people than I expect to be there. Get some more up here. I guess you're not doing the jump thing. Oops, I accidentally did a different attack. If you press forward and attack at the same time, you don't actually do an attack. You do like a little bash, and that's normally to try to get people's shields away from them. But if you accidentally do it trying to kill an enemy, you won't actually damage them, so you have to be careful not to do that. But I do it a lot, so just by accident. Alright, mister, come here. But yeah, with a lot of enemies, you just kind of want to wait for your opportunity. Don't try to attack constantly. Make sure you have the, what's the word? The opportunity to actually do so. Otherwise, you will get hit a lot. That's a lot of fire. Hello, sir. Would you mind stepping out? I guess you would mind stepping out. Okay, I'm trying to think of where to go from here, because there is another area, but I'm kind of blanking on where it is. Oh gosh. But there is a man who needs help, and I'm trying to figure out where that is. That's where the merchant is. I thought it was here, somewhere. I'm glad I make you laugh. Is it down here? Oh! Well, I guess I'm finding out. Oh, gosh. It is indeed down here. Well, at least... Oh, crap. Now I'm in a bad area. Oh no. Oh no. Oh gosh. Well, he helped me in a way, but now I might be executed. Ah! Oh no, I'm in a corner. This is like the worst place to be. Get away! Heal. Oh gosh. Ugh, that man very much caught me off guard. I did not expect him to be behind me. Oh jeez. Cannot let your guard down. But I did that a lot. Alright. Well, instead of coming here the normal way, I kind of got dropped. Oh yeah, this is the normal entrance. That area before where I was fighting the archers and one of the blue-faced men, instead of going up, you go down. And then it'll take you to this area. In case you know. Ow. Ow. In case you do not want to be stabbed into that area like I did. Oh my goodness. There is always more people that I'm expecting. Again, there's another person. Good lord. Is it a party? Are we at a party? Everyone's partying. What are we celebrating? Everyone's out and about. It's like a barbecue going on or something. Oh, goodness. Oh! Oh, my lord, I ran out of stamina. Oh, you're still alive. Can't see that. Oh, my goodness, I am not playing very well right now. For some reason, these guys are catching me off guard, even though I've done this area before. That's a scimitar. It's a kind of fast weapon. It's kind of nice. And yes, I don't know who's bringing the extra dip, but they might be dead already. Alright, so this guy needs help. And no, you're not distracting me, it's fine. But it's nice to help this guy throughout the story, because then he actually gives you something at the end. Oh, that guy killed himself. These guys aren't exactly intelligent, but they do have numbers on their side. Hello, friend.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria.
Ostrava's his name.
As a token of my gratitude. Now I take my leave. There is something I must do.
Alright, so that man has a mission, and he basically tries to go throughout it throughout the game. And he can only really be found in the first world, which is where I currently am. Because he is trying to get to the end of this world specifically. If I had a fire spell, I'd use it now, but I'm kind of out of mana. But I don't want to use Spice yet, because I kind of want to save that. I just have to be very careful. Which I have not been doing. Again, a good strategy is just let them come to you. Specifically with these guys. There are enemies that sometimes it's better to lead the offensive. Oops, I accidentally hit him. I'm sorry. I'm trying to help. Oh, goodness. To be fair, he literally, like, jumped right in front of me while I'm trying to kill things. Oh yeah, so many. Yeah, this is something this game does a lot. They put just a bunch of enemies in areas, and that's why it can be really tricky. It's like the enemies might not be necessarily strong, but they're in such large numbers that they can really, really affect you. So that's something this game does a lot, is it puts enemies in vast numbers, because that's like one of the ways it tries to make it more difficult. Is it just literally tries to flood you with enemies. You have to be careful here. Hopefully I can run past these guys. I just want to try to get back to the beginning so I can go back to the Archstone and then fight the boss. Yeah, these Souls games are certainly not for everyone. Especially if you don't like hard games, because these can be very challenging. I'm pretty sure Demon's Souls is probably one of the most challenging of the Souls games, because it's just very, very, very unforgiving. If you're having problems and like constantly dying, the only thing the game does that makes it harder for you instead of helping, so it kind of like forces you to get better, or you will just die over and over again. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the Archstone, reload the area so I get my magic back, and then fight the boss. And yeah, these Souls games can be a bit depressing just because of how hard they are. And the fact that you could literally just spend hours and hours and hours doing the same obstacle over and over and over again and making absolutely no progress. Sometimes it's like soul-crushing, because you're just like, I can't do anything. And that's why sometimes you have to take a break, though. It's because I've had times where I've gotten really, really stuck, and it's been like super hard for me. But then I take a break and come back like another day, and suddenly it's not hard anymore. Sometimes you just need to refresh your brain, instead of just doing the same thing over and over again. Taking a break helps a lot. You just have to basically take a step back if you figure out, like, you're just hitting an obstacle over and over again, like nothing's working. Take a break and come back to it. It works surprisingly well. Like, again, my live stream yesterday, I said I had a lot of problems with the spider boss that I faced in that stream. And I was like, man, this whole stream might just me be facing the spider. I beat the spider on the first try, and I thought I was going to have such big problems with it because I'm normally really bad at fighting the spider. But because I took a break from it the previous day and came back, it was a lot easier. And yeah, it actually is good life advice. That's good with a lot of things. Sometimes it's just good to just take a break. If you just keep doing it over and over again, you can just stress yourself out and make it worse. Your brain needs refreshers sometimes. I'm not that smart. I just try to do... Well, it's to me, it's like common sense, and I just want people to have an easier time. I just think people need to take it slow these days. A lot of people try to be like, oh, let's do it like the fastest and the best way possible. And sometimes the best way is to just take it slow and not just fling yourself into the problem. Alright, so this is first boss time. He's not that difficult, but what I was saying before in firebombs would be important and you might want to save them. This is the whole reason I said you might want to save them. Firebombs come in handy in this fight, as you'll see why. Here is Phalanx. It is basically just a very big ball of slime. So basically, the reason I say to have firebombs is because Phalanx is in the middle of all those slimes covering him. So he's completely protected. And if you try to go at him with melee, it kind of gets messy. Because again, you have to go through a lot of these guys. In fact, some of them are already shedding off and doing an offensive thing instead of defending him. But the reason I suggest firebombs is to hit a large group at once like this. Plus, Phalanx is actually weak to fire. So that big thing in the middle with like the blue, that's the boss. He's just surrounded by a bunch of the little dudes. Oh, goodness. And so sometimes they'll come off of him to attack you, but most of the time they'll stick on him to create a barrier. And that's why I very much recommend firebombs in this fight. Again, this fight is one of the ones you want to take kind of your time on. I think he can make more slimes, that's really the only thing to keep in mind. But just do not rush at this, because all these guys could kill you really easily if you rush too much. Just because there's the sheer number of them. They're not that strong, but there's a lot. But yeah, see, all those firebombs, and he's almost dead. And so now, all you have to do is try to focus on the core. Which is easier said than done, because of all the little slimes everywhere. But yeah, this is the first boss. It's not too difficult. It's not too crazy of a concept to get your mind behind. It's just a pretty self-explanatory boss. And there you go. And because of how this game works, when you kill a demon, you get your normal body back. So now I'm not in soul form anyway. What? I'm not in soul form anymore, meaning I have all my health available to me instead of a portion of it. Oh yeah, that thing is pretty gross. It's just a bunch of slimes. Okay, so now is when the areas completely open up. So after you beat this slime, you can go to any area you want in the game. Now, keep in mind what I said at the very beginning of the stream, and, Mom, I know since you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, you don't know what I said at the beginning. But, what I said is that all these areas are open now, and you go to each of them for specific reasons. And I'll go over them in summary after this.
The monumental awaits the above.
Oh, gotcha. Have a good sleep. I don't know how long this stream will be, but I'm going to try to make it a decent amount of time. Yes, when I say it changes the game, it's basically just the order in which you do things can drastically make the game feel different. Because if you do harder areas first that don't give you what you need, it'll be a lot more challenging. Like again, for example, to just say it really fast, this area is really hard. Archstone of the Chieftain, I do not recommend doing this in the beginning. There's a lot of poison, there's a lot of bad stuff. And the only thing it gives you is status recovery items. Archstone of the Shadowmen gives you a lot of souls, so that's a really good place you go to if you want to level up. Which I very much recommend this in the beginning so you can actually level up fast. It could be a bit hard though, so just be careful. Archstone of the Tower Queen is where you get a lot of your magic stuff, so if you're a magic caster, I do recommend coming here. It also gives you spices, which is the thing that restores your magic. Archstone of the Digger King gives you upgrade materials and makes your weapons stronger. And then the one we were just in, which is Archstone of the Covetous King, gives you healing items. So that's what you need to keep in mind, is you can do any of these areas at any time, but each of them give different things. So depending on what you want, you should go to them. And yes, I would very much recommend that. Like, from what you said for the skills, I do very much recommend getting stronger in this game, because if you don't, this game is going to be a nightmare, which is the whole reason I recommend doing probably the smithing world and the Shadowmen world first. That way you're able to actually have some strong weapons, level up pretty decently. And then also, if you're a magic caster, I do recommend going to the tower. The tower is a bit more challenging of a map, but it does have a lot of magic stuff, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be visiting the tower so I can get more magic stuff since I am a magic caster. But again, just all these worlds have different things to offer. So don't just jump into one willy-nilly like I did in the beginning, because it can really destroy you if you don't know what you're getting into. Enjoy the Nexus. This place is very big. Alright, have a good sleep, and you can watch whenever you want. This one's probably going to be a long one. I don't know how much I've been streaming already, but I think it's been a decently long time. But yeah, well, you don't have to even watch if you don't want to. You just do it whenever. But yeah, have a good sleep, and I hope you have sleep. I don't know what I'm saying.
We have long awaited you, Slayer of Demons. I am one of the Monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is a tale I wish to tell you. Once, we too a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and most of the world lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what lands still remained, we entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones. One to the king of a small yet industrious land. One to the king of the burrowers underground. One to the wise queen of the great ivory tower. One to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. One to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping Shadowmen. And the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived, We contained the Old One here below the Nexus and prohibited the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain. Now it is your turn. You must lull the Old One back to its slumber and seal it away for all eternity. If not, a deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to bear this burden? Yes, we are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth and destroy every last demon. The Old One, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom.
Alrighty. So that is the enemy of this game, is the Old One. And the demons are basically its servants, so that's why we have to take care of the demons. And then, with the power of the archdemons, we can seal the Old One. So it goes away. Go away, demon, go away. Alright, so I'm kind of on the fence of which one I want to go to first, just because there's a lot of good stuff in both the third and fourth world for me right now. I am thinking about doing the beginning of the fourth world because there's a magic weapon in the beginning that's very nice. It's just the skeletons in the beginning might be a bit of a problem, but again, they do give more souls, so it would help. I just don't know. I still need to go to the Ivory Tower to make sure I get the magic stuff. I'm going to quickly look up what the Lead Demon Soul does, and if it doesn't give me anything that I really care about, then I will just use it to give me more souls. Because if you don't know, you can use souls to give you items or spells or anything like that, or you can use them to just get more souls to level up. Okay, Demon Souls. Lead Demon Soul. What does it do? Ah! My phone! It fell over. Let's see. You can make a scraping spear, and that's it. Okay. What does the scraping spear do? Oh, it just has really good dex scaling. Okay. It also reduces durability of equipment when you hit people with it, so it actually takes away people's durability. Interesting. That's a cool dex weapon if you want to do a dex build, but I'm not doing that, so I'm just going to use the soul.
Brave soul, for whom death is no fear. Prithee, lull the Old One back to its ancient slumber.
Eye stones briefly connect to fused worlds. Should you lose your physical form, remember the Eye Stone. The Maiden in Black manipulates souls with inhuman prowess. Her strength allows her to aid slayers of demons. So basically what that means is she can take your souls and level you up with them
Seekest thou the power
to make you
of
stronger.
souls?
Seek soul power? I sure do.
Of course. After all, thou requirest strength. Go ahead. Touch the demon inside me. Let these vagabond souls become thine own.
So here we have the leveling up. So as a magic character, the things you kind of want are going to be magic, obviously, because it raises your magic power, and your weapons will probably scale with this as well, and also your intelligence, because your magic memory, in case you're not... I mean, in case you don't know what magic memory is, it basically makes it so that's how many spells you can hold. And some spells require more slots. So right now I have 2 slots. Some spells can take like 1 slot, and some can take like 3. So it's kind of important to up your intelligence as well to have a variety of spells with you. And then magic is obviously just magic power. These are going to be your 2 primary stats that you kind of want to up. And I probably should up my health in the beginning. Maybe. Because, it is an important resource, obviously. I could maybe do it that much. I'm just trying to think if I should up intelligence or magic first. I'll try to do both at the same time, but for now, I'll do that. Because you do obviously want health no matter pretty much what character you're playing.
Art thou finished? May thy strength help the world.
But it is important for me to get intelligence and magic, just simply so I can have more MP, and also to be able to do more damage with my spells, because that's pretty much a no-brainer. So here is where I wish to go. There's a weapon here that is going to help me immensely, and it might be a little bit difficult in the beginning, but let's see if I can do it. Island's Edge. Alright, so here's the place that you go to for souls. Because these guys drop a pretty decent amount of souls. And there's also the, if you make it to the final boss, you can farm the boss arena to get more souls than you normally would. Because the boss doesn't respawn, but a lot of the little dudes who are supposed to be in the boss room do respawn. And they give you a good amount of souls, and they're not that hard to kill, so that's a good place to farm. Also, I haven't put stuff in my storage, I just realized, so I might become over-encumbered. Not over-encumbered, but just run out of space. Oh goodness. Get out of here, skeleton! Ah! I thought my fire spell might suck because it's raining, but I don't know if the game actually does something like that. It doesn't seem like the rain's affecting it, but I don't know. Oh gosh, my camera. Oh god, I got invaded right now too. Well, that's not good. How do I emote? I kind of forget. Bah. I don't want to fight. This is the problem with being health. Being health? Being a phantom allows you to get invaded. I mean, not being a phantom. Wow, jeez. Being in your full body allows you to get invaded, which is a problem. They say in chess, you gotta kill the queen, then you made it. Hot chili peppers of red. Ah! Crap. I had never got invaded before yet, because I usually play offline because I don't want to get invaded. Jesus. And behold, we have the assholes of the soul community, who like to invade people who just start out and then make them want to die. Isn't that a nice thing to do? I don't like invading, for that reason. Because I don't want to give people a hard time. I don't know, I just find it invading kind of a dick move, like... This game's already hard enough, you know? Like, you don't need to be a jerk and also invade when they're already having troubles. It's like... Don't try to get people off of the game. You're gonna make people frustrated and not want to play the game again. Like, you're reducing your own community by being a dick, you know? Like, that's the thing I don't like about invasions. It's just like... I know it's an interesting part of the game and everything, but at the same time, you're basically making people not want to play the game because you're making it harder for them. And it makes people frustrated and not want to play the game. Why does my camera not want to lock onto the skeleton? Jesus. I kept trying to lock onto him, but instead it kept going the opposite direction. It's like my camera was allergic to the skeleton. Now, so I could have healed there, yeah, but I didn't want to, because, like, oh, crap. I don't want to waste my healing on an invader, you know? Oh my god, there's two of them, that's not good. Oh, no! Skeletons, no! I ran out of stamina, that's a very inopportune time to do that. Shit! Stop it! Stop it! Get out of here! Oh my lord. The skeletons in this place are very scary, but as you can see, I'm getting a pretty decent amount of souls from them. That's why I recommend this place. It is a bit tricky because the skeletons are extremely persistent, and there's also the archers, but this place does give a lot of souls, so if you do want to level up early, I very much recommend coming here. It's just, again, do be careful. This area is not easy. There is no easy area in this game. Like, I would at least say that. I don't think there is an easy area in this game. They're all hard. So, just keep that in mind. I'm going to set up my phone again, because I was using my phone to watch the stream. Not watch the stream, because obviously you'd hear it. But, I'm using it to monitor the chat, just in case anyone comes in. But I forgot to put it back on the stream page because I was looking up information about boss souls, so it's back. But yeah, honestly, like, I know invasions are a thing that you need to do sometimes, especially in other Souls games like Covenants, to get, like, materials for certain stuff, but, like, at the same time, don't invade in an area like this. Like, it's right in the beginning of this world where people are usually starting. Like, that's such a dick move. Like, I don't understand why people justify it so much, where they're just like, oh, you just have to get good and fucking deal with the fact I'm gonna invade. It's like... That's not the point, man. You're gonna frustrate people and make them not want to play the game. That's what my problem with invading is. That's why I say, like, if you want to invade, do it to people who are actually wanting you to invade them. Like, who want to do PvP. I don't want to do PvP. Like, that's not something I desire to do. In these games, I like PvE. I don't like fighting people because people are normally assholes. And that's just true to life as well. In real life, people are usually assholes as well. This is a trap, which is why I ran out of there. If you... That trap can be really crappy because every time you get hit by it, it staggers you, which means you get hit by the next thing. And it usually just hits you until you die, which is a problem. So that's why I recommend springing the trap and then running. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because there's a weapon here that will very much help me early game. And it's going to be past this skeleton, which is going to be a problem, because this guy is a lot tougher than the other skeletons. Hopefully he'll take a decent amount of damage from my spells. I mean, that's fine. I was hoping it'd do a little bit more, but it's fine. As long as he doesn't get close to me. Yeah, there we go. That skeleton's extremely scary because he can attack like 6 times in a row, and it's very hard to find an opening with him. But the weapon that he's guarding is going to be very handy for me. It's a crescent? I can't even say that way. I can't even talk! It's a crescent falchion. I don't know why I couldn't say that. And the reason this is really good for magic people is because it has a crescent enchantment on it, basically. The falchion is just a normal weapon, but this has been upgraded to be crescent, which means, as you can see with the attributes, it doesn't scale with dex or strength like it used to. Now it only scales with magic, which is extremely good, because that's what I want to do. And plus, because this is a crescent enchantment, it has another bonus. It doesn't actually say it on the sword itself, but do you see how I have these like blue lines coming around me? If you have a crescent weapon, not only does it scale with magic, which just, if you don't know what scaling means, it means the higher your magic stat, the more damage this weapon deals, which is great, because that's what I want to go for, because I'm a magic character. But I'm slowly, if you notice, it's very slow. I'm regenning my magic power. Because crescent weapons also have another effect where not only do they scale with magic, they make it so you slowly regenerate magic power. So it's good for 2 reasons. Okay, so now that I've gotten this weapon, I might go back to the second world, because I do like going to the second world after getting magic, because the people in the second world are weak to magic. One of my issues with the second world, if you're doing a melee character, is that they're very, very resistant to physical damage. So if you're doing a melee character, the second world kind of sucks. Just because like nothing takes damage from you and it can get really annoying. But if you have magic, the second world is pretty nice because they're weak to magic. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure by now there should be a magic teacher here. If you're a magic caster, your magic people will be in this section. Just to let you know, because the Nexus can get kind of confusing. So this section, you see where this guy is? There will be a magic teacher here, over in that corner, and then one over in this corner as well. This is the one you rescue from the prison. The prison tower, which is the one I want to rescue. His name is Freak. He is a magic teacher that can take boss souls and turn them into spells. And then you get another person who can turn them into spells over there. But that person you kind of get kind of far into the game. So that's why I try to rescue Freak right away. I will go to the third world eventually. It's just I'm not sure if I should do the second world before the third one. I have to think about it.
Are you here to face the demons? If so, please free Sage Frake the Visionary from his cell in Bactria. I will help you however I can. I can teach you elementary spells. Sage Frake is a gleaming hope for humankind, but I have not the power to save him alone.
So yeah, this guy even asked you to save Freak. And it is highly recommended if you are a magic character to try to save Freak, because he has the ability to turn boss souls into spells, and those spells can be extremely handy. So I vastly recommend saving Freak. It is a very good idea. Now, if you're seeing this right now, you see I have 2 options to learn magic or attune magic. The reason you have to attune magic is those slots I was talking about earlier. So do you see how I only have 2 slots and 2 spells? That's totally fine. But let's say I get another spell that I want to learn, for example. If I go to learn magic, he's got some more magic. I have Soul Arrow, which is just a normal shot that does magic damage instead of fire. Enchant Weapon, which can enchant your right-hand weapon with magic damage. Now, this wouldn't work on my Crescent Falchion since it already does magic damage. Any weapon that's kind of like already enchanted like that cannot be enchanted with Enchant Weapon because otherwise it would stack and it would be way too strong. Familiar's Prank. This just makes a loud noise and makes enemies attack at that location, so it's like a little bit of a distraction. Cloak makes you harder to see which is actually very handy in some situations because there's some areas where there's just so many enemies just all over the place, and Cloak would be a very good idea for those areas because you'd be a lot harder to see, and you can take on a much more manageable crown at once. And then Protection just raises your defense. So again, as I said, magic can have many uses. Has a lot of utility. You can either do just straight damaging spells, you can do spells that manipulate yourself to make you harder to see. Again, you can have distractions. Like, magic has many different things you can do, and that's why I like magic so much. So right off the bat, I'm going to get Soul Arrow. I'm also going to get Cloak and Familiar's Prank. Now, I'm not going to use Familiar's Prank because to me it's not that useful, but I do want to try to get all the spells because that is an achievement. It's just going to take a while in multiple new games because there's a lot of spells, so...
Master Frake is a great man who has systemized the magic of the soul arts to make it possible for human imitation. By observing the state of Boletaria and the demons within it, he is likely to pave the way for greater things. All the more reason that I must meet Master Frake as soon as possible.
Be careful how you use it. Normally, it would not be granted to one such as yourself.
I had to make an exception for the sake of Sage Frake.
That guy's kind of uppity. He's kind of got like just a general uppity attitude, like, "Ooh, I'm so special. I deserve the magic. You don't." Yeah. Where he's like, "You're so much less skilled than me, so I'm handing you this magic in the sake to save Freak, but I don't really want to do it because you're not good enough." But little does he know, you can get way stronger than him. Okay, so I might try to rescue Freak now. It's just the issue is that it's going to be a bit scary. I'm going to attune spells for a sec as well. Oh, actually, hold on. How many souls do I have? I might try to raise my intelligence more, just to try to get more space, magic-wise. Yeah, there we go. So now I can actually have another spell. Oops, I also realized I didn't point out this other spell I have. This other spell is Water Veil. Basically just do this, and make yourself basically producing water around you. And that just raises your fire defense, as you can imagine. It's basically just like a nice little damage reduction to fire. Which is very nice if you're going into an area where you're knowing people are going to do... Oh yeah, but see what he said? He's like, "Are you begging for a magic lesson?" Like, this guy is such a pretentious man. Whoops. Gosh. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Okay, so I'm going to de-equip all the spells I have right now, because I like to put them in a certain order. I'm going to do Soul Arrow first, then Flame Toss, then Cloak. So those are the spells I'm going to be taking out.
Be careful how you normally.
So now I have a magic damaging spell, a fire damaging spell, and then something to help me be more invisible to enemies. Now I am just wondering, I am debating if I should go to here first, or the tower. Now, the issue I have with the tower is, it will obviously be useful because there's a lot of magic things there. I'll also get a lot of spice to make sure I'm able to use my spells. But the downside of the tower is that I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the tower resist magic damage. So I have to keep that in mind. I'm still probably going to do the tower, so let's do it. This might be difficult. And one of the reasons it's difficult is going to be very evident right off the bat. Look how close quarters this place is. There is like no room at all. So this is why the tower is a bit scary. When you're fighting, you have to do it in very close quarters. And a lot of the places you can only open if you have the keys. So like this is locked. I have to find the keys on this floor and try to open up these places. Now I believe Freak is on the 3rd floor. I'm not positive. Or maybe the 2nd floor. I can't remember. I think we're on the 3rd floor right now, so I don't think he's on this floor. Now if you notice a lot of people are dead, it's because of that. This thing is kind of crazy. Oh, I can't two-shot him. That's a problem. Be very, very careful of these things. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're terrible. They're very bad. So yeah, this is the 3rd floor. So Freak is on the floor below, so it would be the 2nd floor. But yeah, those squid head men can do a lot of damage to you very fast. So I recommend very big caution when you're dealing with them. Oh, I keep skipping over the key. I knew there was a key there, but for some reason I kept going past it. There's someone shouting, "Help me," which is someone else in this cell. That's not actually Freak. And I don't mean this cell, like, right in front of me. I just meant, like, in the prison in general. There's more wizard's clothes, those are the things I already have, and another wooden catalyst, which is what I'm using right now. Now there's an interesting thing you can do with that catalyst. There's also another catalyst here that's pretty handy. But the catalyst you can upgrade to make it more risky. And what I mean by that is, it's called the Insanity Catalyst. And it's an extremely strong magic catalyst, as in you'll be doing a lot of spell damage. But there is a drawback. It takes a lot of your MP, so you're not going to have a lot of mana to cast those spells. So your spells are stronger, but you have less magic power, so it's a little bit spooky. Congratulations! Great message. Congratulations, you found nothing. I know, I'll help you when I can, man. This prison is large, I'm gonna spend a lot of time here. Now, a lot of the times there's not going to be anything in these cells, but I do like checking regardless. Just because there is handy magic stuff here and I don't want to accidentally miss any. Oh boy. It's just, again, you gotta be very careful of the squid things here. They're very damaging, and they can combo the bejesus out of you. Now, Mercury Stone, that's one of the upgrade materials I was talking about. Mercury Stone specifically upgrades poison weapons. If you want to make a weapon do poison. Oh my lord! I didn't know there were people in there. Oops. There we go. Now, do you see why I got the falchion? Because this scales with my magic, it will do a lot more damage than my normal weapons. It's just, again, these people resist magic, and this is primarily what the damage ideal is, so it is a little scary. Welcome to the danger zone. Yeah, this is quite the danger zone. Oh, nuts. Yeah, see, that does no damage. Oh, no! That's not good! He is bleeding because this weapon does bleed, so that's nice. But you see how much damage he did to me with just one hit? That's why you gotta be very careful with these guys. Oh boy. So yeah, just If you're doing the prison to do magic stuff, just be very, very careful. It is possible, because I did it on my first playthrough, but those squid things are really difficult. Especially because they barely take any magic damage. That's why I have a fire spell, by the way. I have a fire spell equipped, so I'm not just doing magic damage to them and them not taking like any damage, because I don't want that to happen, obviously. There's a lot of bloodstains here, which is concerning me. Also, the reason all these guys are hostile is just because they're insane. I honestly don't know how to get these guys down. Like, even on my first playthrough I never figured it out, so I'm not really sure how to get those items. Like, I'm assuming there's some way to hit them off or something, but I don't know. Silver Coronet. I don't think I can wear that because I think it's a female... Oh, I thought it was a female-only item. Wait, what? When did I never found this in my first playthrough. What the frick? That would have been so useful! Oh, it actually does increase your MP. God dang it, why didn't I know about this? Well, I feel stupid. This would have been... Why does the computer keep doing that? Oh my goodness. But this would have been so useful on my first playthrough. I combined the two words and turned it into purse. Oh my lord. I wish I found this earlier because it's a slight increase to MP, but any increase to MP is great. Oh my lord. I really wish I knew about that earlier. Also, in case you didn't know, what the hell? Oh, I guess he saw me. Shoot, that's not good. Oh, crap. Oh, no. This might be a bad idea. Yep. Shiz. That's why I said it was a bad idea. It's okay, though. I didn't lose that much progress because I didn't die too far away from here. It's not like I made it like really deep in the prison and then died. Oops, I missed. I missed. But if you couldn't tell, the Falchion has a really cool moveset. That's also why I like it. Is it doesn't only just scale with magic and also gives me some MP regen. The sword's moveset is super cool. Oh my lord, these squid things are the worst. I think they're straight up called Mind Flayers, but I'm not entirely certain. Oh my. Okay, so two-handed attacks do good damage against them. It's just before I accidentally did this. Again, I keep accidentally doing that move. It's basically like a, you have to press forward and attack at the same time. But because I'm pretty much always holding down forward, sometimes I accidentally do that instead of a normal attack. Because a normal attack is like this. That's what I want to do, but I keep accidentally doing that. Maybe I should be doing cloak. That might be a good idea. My problem is I don't know how much they can see. Like, I don't know what their range is. Okay, so he turns around right there. Cloak wore off, so at least he didn't see me coming down. So now I can kill him. That's normally how I try to handle these guys, is I normally try to get behind them. But, Sometimes they just see you and then they destroy you because they do a lot of damage. That's the danger about coming to the prison tower early, is you have to deal with these guys and they're actually really strong. Like the squid dudes, I mean, not the normal prisoners. Oh my lord, he's coming. Oh god, these guys are spooky. I don't know where my souls are. I died like around here somewhere, but I don't know where it put my souls. Where the heck are they? Did it put them in the cell or something? Like, I don't know. Oh, jeez. Did he see me? I'm not positive. No, he did not. Okay. Just turn around. Okay. It did put my souls in the cell, but why? Luckily they do stagger with the fire spell. So if I just keep casting it, they'll die. That's if they don't get the drop on me, though, which is what I'm worried about. Hello. Goodbye. Is this the same key, or is this a different key? I have no idea. Oh, right, the spear guys. These guys suck. Oh, they still hit me. Wow. They're so fast. Yeah, these guys will literally just poke spears out of the cell. And it's very rude. But I'll keep playing. But I'm going to end the stream after I free Master Freak, just so you can see where he is. And then I'll end the stream, because my voice is honestly getting very tired. I'm not used to speaking so much. So my throat is kind of a little worse for wear, especially because my throat is also just a little raw from allergies, because it is allergy season for me. And my throat is not doing the best, so... But I do want to show you where Master Freak is, so you can actually get him. It is slipping my mind where to go next, though. Because it has been a pretty long time since I've been here. Oh, right, I think I can open the door at the end of the hall that I couldn't last time. I will help you eventually, man, but I can't do it now. What the heck was that? I was just a phantom. Yeah, there we go. Ah. I was wondering what it meant by up. Now do be careful, because these Iron Maidens you can open to get items, but sometimes they have dudes in them. Like, that'll actually attack you. So be careful about that. Oh boy. Oh, I thought I had the keys for some reason. I forgot this is a different floor, so I do not have the keys. Oh my. Making a lot of noise, which is probably not good. There's a mind flayer dude out here. Oh. Oh wait, were there keys over there? I didn't check. Nope, no keys. Thanks for reading. You're welcome. Oh boy. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's this Iron Maiden. Actually, I don't remember. There's an Iron Maiden... Yeah, it's that one. So, this Iron Maiden in here has a dude that will poison you as soon as you open it up. So I do not recommend opening that Iron Maiden. I think this one's fine, though. Yes. Just do not open this one. This one's a trap. Oh, right, there's a bell dude outside. Uh-oh. Hopefully that'll help. Oh, there he is. Oh, boy. I'm so scared of them because they actually do a really good amount of damage, so I try to be careful around them because they hurt a lot. Like, as you saw, he killed me in 2 hits before, so these guys are best not to be screwed with unless you are, like, 100% certain you can kill them. And of course, sometimes you just can't help it because they'll just, you know, be aware that you're there. That's why I try to be very careful in these halls, because usually there are the squid people patrolling. So I try to take it slow, and again, use cloak and stuff to try to make myself less obvious. Oh my. Oops, I missed. Brap! He's trying to shank me! Ah! Prison shanks! Also, all these lotuses are things that cure status effects. So, like, poison and stuff like that, those are what those lotuses are good for. These men are in pots, and I have no idea why. I don't know if that's, like, some sort of torture or something, but it's weird. It's a weird form of torture, in my opinion. I'm just like, why would you put people in pots? That's very random. Oh, hi. Oh my goodness, that could have gone really bad. I was trying to bleed him, but I guess he didn't want to that time. There we go. Kill him before you open the door is probably a good idea. Oh goodness. You're free to die. Also, the reason I kill these people is not because of, like, cruelty or anything. It's because if you leave them, like, if you free them, they will actually try to kill you. I know in the beginning they're, like, putting their hands up and like, oh, don't hurt me and stuff, but then later on they just start trying to, like, punch you and shank you and stuff. Because they are jerks, apparently. It's like, you free them, and yet they want to kill you. It's not very nice. So I made that mistake last time. When I first played this, I'm just like, oh, they don't seem to be hostile. So I didn't attack them after I freed them, but then they tried to kill me later, and I'm just like, well, cool. It's like, I freed you, but I guess you don't care. Still want to be a jerk. I do like the music here. It's just, it's very cool, but also kind of like haunting. It really sets the... Oh my god, atmosphere. I almost had a heart attack. I thought that led to death, but... Oh my god, that scared me. Oh my god. Oh, that made me, like, jump, because I forgot there was a hole there. Oh, Lord. Also, I'm not religious, but for some reason I just say Lord a lot, and I have no idea why. This is the other reason I wanted to come here, is to get spice, so I'm able to use my spells more. Spice is a very good thing to collect if you're a spellcaster. Oh lord, that's a lot of death. Oh crap. Let us try to cloak. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I thought he was gonna stop at one point. Shoot, I might die. Oh my lord, those things suck. I didn't know he was gonna come all the way over. I thought he was gonna stop at, like, this midpoint, but he did not do that. You are useless. Well, that's rude. Oh yeah, this lady is actually nice. She'll sell you stuff, and she also sells spice if you want to buy that.
You're still intact, aren't you? Where do you call home? Dear me, I shouldn't pry. Oh, perhaps you'd like something from my collection. I've known better days. I was once the wife of nobility, and I have some nice things to show for it.
Says she's got full moon grass, which restores your health a lot. She's got spice and aged spice, which is just a better version of the other spice to get yourself more MP, which is very nice. She's got moonlight shards if you ever want to enhance your weapon with moonlight stone. Just don't get confused like I did. There are two types of moonstone, and I kind of confused them because I didn't realize there were two types. There's Moonlight Stone and Moonshade Stone. So Moonlight Stone does a different kind of enchantment. Like, for example, my falchion right now is enchanted when it says Crescent. That's a Moonshade Stone. So I got confused in the beginning when I did my character first, because I thought you needed Moonlight Stone to upgrade the falchion. But you need Moonshade Stone. So I spent a lot of my time getting the wrong material, and I didn't even realize it, and then I was like, oh crap, it's the wrong material. So those are two different things. They have similar names. Also, I don't recommend buying this because you find one naturally. I'm not entirely certain where it is, because I don't remember where it comes from. But you do find one naturally, so I don't recommend wasting this amount of souls on it. Oh yeah, and then she sells Brightwater, which is basically a thing that recovers MP over time. So instead of spice, it's something that is like a gradual effect. I might buy some spice. I'm not certain. Maybe. Buy 2 of those.
Thank you. Now I can stay here for a little while longer.
Also, the whole reason people buy things with souls is because that is basically sanity. Because As you probably figured, without a soul, you go insane. So the reason people are buying things... Oh my lord, I fell in a hole. Where am I? Oh crap, I was trying to avoid that. Oh wait, I'm back on this floor? Or is this a different floor? Oh gosh, I'm confused. No, I have been here. Okay, good. I thought it put me on a floor I haven't been on, and I thought I was about to die. Because I thought I was gonna, like, fall right in front of one of the bell dudes. And I thought he was just gonna frickin' destroy me. Oh, I'm here? Wait, where is here? Oh gosh, this place is kind of labyrinth. Like... Wait, where the flip am I? Oh, I'm here. Okay. Oh gosh, this prison is kind of confusing. Oh my lord. It's again, like, there's a lot of places in this game that are kind of labyrinth-like. So it's a bit hard sometimes to figure out where you're trying to go. I've gotten lost several times in this prison on my first playthrough because I've just had literally no idea where I was, like, half the time. And so it is a bit spooky. Okay, so yeah, I was on the 4th floor, so I fell back to the 3rd floor. So just gotta get back to the 4th floor again, which is where I am now. And not fall through the floor this time like an idiot. Oh, goodness. Again, I'm just not paying attention, which is not a good idea. Okay, so that's where it was. This is where the hole is. Granted, it is kind of deceiving. It's kind of hard to see that hole until you're, like, right on top of it. You know, when you already fall through. Oh, boy. Obviously, it's designed like that on purpose, because this game hates you. It wants you to suffer. Oh, there's a lot more dudes in here than I thought. Oh, no. Ow. Oh, he still got me? How in the crap? I thought I attacked faster, but I guess not. Like, I didn't think he had time to actually hit me. Ow, they do a lot of damage for just having shanks? What the crap? I have, like, an actual sword, and yet they're doing, like, so much damage. Time for shooting! I guess you do shoot it down. I don't have a bow or anything, so I can't really do that. And I've tried shooting it down with magic, and it doesn't seem to work. Although, it might just be my aim. I mean, I guess I could try. Oh, it does work! Okay, cool. I guess I just aimed badly the other times. This doesn't seem good. Be wary of hidden foe. I'm not sure if all of these are people inside of them, but I don't really want to risk it. Can I hit them from inside? I guess not. Okay, so Master Freak is close. It's just I don't have the key yet. You get the key later on in the prison. Oh, more age spice, nice. I'm so dumb. I didn't know you could actually hit that with magic. Oh, it's just a blood stain. I was like, why was there red in here? Yeah, this is Master Freak. This is where he's stuck.
Oh, human, are you? I am Frick. I have been trapped here for an age. Perhaps you could help me out of here. I am a sage, and I can lend you my power in return. Oh, but take heed of those tentacle-headed guards.
And so yeah, you get the key further in the prison, and it's actually pretty hard to miss. So I'm okay ending the stream here, because again, the key is not that difficult to... I mean, it's not that hard to find. Basically, you want to just go down here is the next place. But yeah, my voice is getting really tired. Jeez. I'm probably still going to play this character in my own time, because again, I'm doing these streams more for myself because I like recording for some reason. I don't know why. And then the other reason is just because I've already explained a lot of stuff, and the only stuff that I'd really be going over is exact map layout, and that's not really what I want to be doing. Like, obviously, I'll probably stream more in the future and stuff. It's just, you know, I've already taught a lot, so I feel like I don't need to teach that much more. Just about simple gameplay stuff. But yeah, I'll stream more in the future, maybe. My throat needs time to recover, though. So, goodbye.